Am I the asshole for telling my 7-year-old cousin I am gay and married? I picked quite the assortment for you, didn't I?
I don't know where this is going to go, but offhand, no, you're not the asshole. But keep going.
Okay. Was over at my mom's house when my cousin Brianna came over with her 7-year-old son, Devin. We were hanging out when she and mom decided they wanted to go shopping. Devin was watching Paw Patrol and didn't want to go. So I said I'd stay with and watch him. They left and I went into the den with Devin. About 20 or so minutes later, Kayla, my wife, calls me to discuss dinner plans. When I was going to hang up, I told her, okay, see you soon. Love you. Bye. Devin turns to me and said, you shouldn't tell people you love them unless they are family, which is pretty good advice if you're 7. So I said, Kayla is family, Devin. She is my wife. But he was confused because I was a girl and Kayla is a girl, and he thought we were roommates. He thought about it for a minute. Then he decided that I should have a husband. So I told him, well, I don't want a husband. I want a wife. Girls can have wives and boys can have husbands if they want. Or girls can have husbands and boys can have wives, like your mommy and daddy. He was still confused, so he asked some questions. A lot of questions were about the his and hers or Mr. and Mrs. stuff. I guess his parents have a lot of that at home. Or who did what chores. But he generally seemed to get it. He didn't ask about babies or anything, thankfully, and I kept everything PG. Well, my mom and cousin got home. He went to tell his mom the news, and she was not happy. She asked me outside and started laying into me about overstepping my boundaries. I thought it was because she thought I told him about sex or babies or something, so I told her what happened. She still wasn't happy. She said her and her husband have been telling the kids that we were roommates and I should have stuck with that. But I didn't know this, nor do I really like it. I told her she was being intolerant because I know she told the kids that my brother and her sister were married. Not to each other. Then my mom came out to see what all the fuss was about and we told her what happened. She just said, oh, and stayed on the fence. Then Brianna went inside to grab Devin and they both left. I asked mom what she knew about it and apparently she knew about the roommate lie. I was angry with her too after that, so I left. I got home and told Kayla about it, but she didn't get as upset about it. Called it a misunderstanding. Later on, I got a call from my cousin and her husband about how I need to apologize to them, but I didn't. Now they have taken to Facebook to tell everyone how I indoctrinated their son. I'm getting calls and texts from people telling me I had no right to tell him that because it is a controversial subject and he is too young to get it. Mom has come out firmly on my side now, but my brother said I shouldn't tell other people's kids these things at all. I don't think I am wrong, but I don't have kids. I honestly don't think I'd mind because I kept everything PG, but I could be wrong. Not the asshole.
No, mom's the asshole.
At all. The cousin, that's the mom. Yeah. Asshole.
Yeah. That one is like, that one breaks my heart.
I didn't know it was going to get so dark. No, I just read the title and now I'm like, holy this got a little dark.
Yeah, but it's like, this is the thing. It's like there is so much misconception about like what it means to be gay. And it's like, if you're so threatened that your child learns about like the inclusivity of humanity.
Yeah.
As that is some sort of like invitation or,
indoctrined in whatever she used. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna say something personal. My dad, when I like came out, he was like worried that by sending me to theater camp that had made me gay. And it's like that becomes this question where people are like, if you teach children about how there's so many different kinds of humanity and so many different types of people that you're somehow making them that way, that sounds like your own insecurity. You know what I mean? So this person is not the asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a very progressive step. She did exactly the right thing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden now there's a 7-year-old who starts opening their mind and will further, it will help change. It will help the progression. It will help everything get better in that sense.
Yeah.
And then the mom comes in and is just like, drop the hammer on it.
The roommates. Yeah, I mean, that literally was my experience, like my uncle, oh, that's his roommate, that's his friend. Like, and you don't have to lie to kids. Like, kids are so, like, warm. Like, they're kids. They're, like, these innocent little things. So, they're, like, he was like, okay, cool. Like, after he got it explained, okay, cool. It's not a controversial issue if you're here in the United States, at least. Like, it is pretty, you know, in most states, it's legal to be married if you're of the same sex and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, it's not that controversial. It's kind of like a fact, and your kid's going to see it
sounds
anyways.
Like what was maybe the hardest part was that the mother knew about the roommate joke, like the roommate line, as if like it was all of a sudden the realization that like not only were we not telling the 7-year-old about like how, you know, she has a wife, it's that the whole family was in on this like lie that had to be told but not explained to this person, being like, you know, hey, so you know you have your wife, but just so you know, we're lying and not telling people that. Are you cool with that? You know?
So messed up. It's almost like, again, a microaggression and like homophobia.
It is. This is, if anything, all these microaggressions lead up to a culture of macroaggressions.
Yes.
You know? But also, inversely, macroaggressions make a culture in which microaggressions are just like, oh, like it's fine. I was just, you know, I'm not even gonna like use a derogatory term for a gay person, but it's like if you don't stop the culture from allowing it, it'll just keep going.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
There's a lot of updates on this one.
Love.
Update, had to field some more calls after linking this to my Facebook wall. Apparently, my cousin's husband was telling people that I went out of my way to tell him about us. He also left out the roommate part and the fact that I kept everything PG. I am not his Facebook friend, so I didn't see these. I also asked my mom why she went along with the roommate thing. She said it was to keep the peace with my cousin because she likes having the kids over. I told her that it hurt me, that she would lie about me like that, and she apologized. She said she wouldn't lie about it to the kids anymore. Edit number 2. Hello again, everyone. I've read through most of your comments, and I want to say thank you for the overwhelming support. After I put this on my Facebook page, I got a lot of return calls and texts saying that my cousin's husband put an exaggerated version up on his wall, saying that I introduced the subject and tried to convince him into being gay. The ones who did call and text back did apologize for rushing their judgment, which was nice. I have to clarify that my brother and my cousin's sister are not married to each other. Sorry, that was confusing. They're both in hetero marriages, though. I also feel like explaining why they told Devin to only say I love you to family. There was a time when he was 4 or so when he would tell everyone that he loved them, like even people he passed on the street. So that's why they told him it's only for family. I also watched a video on YouTube of something called the Marlon Bundo book, and I loved it. Had to order one for Kayla and I. My mother and I also resolved not to watch my cousin's kids anymore until I receive an apology from them. It was actually my mom's idea. She thinks they will come around real fast because she watches the kids a lot. Thank you again, guys. I will keep you all posted if anything else happens.
I have to know.
I know.
What's going to happen. I also need to know where they, like what state they're in.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Top comment on this one. Not the asshole. His parents shouldn't have lied to him about you and your wife being roommates. The way you explained it is how I would explain it to kids who would ask me. I don't think you overstepped your boundaries. Devin is going to meet LGBTQ plus people in his life. Might as well explain it to him now rather than later. And the next comment, the roommates is such a like 50s age code for gay to make people feel okay and it's not. Yeah, not the asshole. And I think the cutting off the free babysitting will have some quick ramifications.
Isn't that crazy that can be like that can be like a way to like find progress where it's like, okay, well, if you want to like just deny my humanity, then I'm gonna stop doing the free babysitting, okay? And then it's like, no, now I'm cool. It's
just
like,
kidding.
okay, you know, like
Pathetic.
Wow.
I mean, it just directly contradicts all of the progress that's being made.
Yeah.
It just literally cuts it right off in this family. Not overall, but I think that happens a lot. And I think that's probably pretty common throughout a whole bunch of different families across the world. And that's what makes change so much harder.
Yeah.
Is when this 7-year-old is now being is going to be like taught to just think a certain way versus just being open. And when he probably learned this and was like, oh, cool, I want to tell people because I'm excited about it. It's not like, oh, guess what she told me? It was horrible, whatever. And then it just immediately is cut off. And so
this is an example of where I love the internet. You know, that the internet can pose that question and people can respond to it. And honestly, we can comment on it as like it gives me hope in some weird way
Definitely.
that we're moving towards a more nuanced and open society by examining the moments of microaggressions and hopefully moving it in a direction of acceptance.
Well, and I think the comment too, like he's going to encounter people from the community.
Yep.
And it's like, that's the real world. Why not raise your kid to function the best that they can in the real world?
Yeah.
You can't shelter and like helicopter parent your kid forever.
No.